TikTok, so I'm going to be starting that in just a few minutes. Remember that I do full readings on YouTube, but once I go live on TikTok, which I'm about to, I don't do the live readings on there. I only do free yes and no, kind of like a mini reading, sort of between a free yes and no and a mini reading, so that you guys know this is pre-recorded as well. Well, not pre-recorded. It's live, but my channel will have it posted. So then if someone watches it in the past, they'll also get that answer. So like what I do on what platform, all right? So that's how I'm explaining it, because people can replay it. Hey, how are you? Hello, hello. How's it going? I usually never pay attention to the YouTube side unless I transfer over to do a reading. I usually only do the TikTok one because that's where the crazy traffic is, and I got the trolls on this side, but I just started it on this side. So how you doing? Wait, is my volume working? Oh, I thought it was. Valentin, can you hear me? Or was I talking to myself? That's funny. All right, I'm gonna start the live. Okay, on TikTok. Once I do that, I won't be able to talk on. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, good. So once I'm on that, I'm gonna be able to, because I'm gonna be streaming now. I gotta pay attention to this side, but we'll talk soon. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, how are you? Hi. How are you? I'm gonna be starting a free yes and no. And then I'll move on to the paid reads right after. Okay, let's see. Myra is asking about George's. So I actually do see, like, you're asking if he's going to contact you, but I actually see like an event where you both, you know, you have like a, sound looks like a romantic date. So it looks like a, you know, like you're going to meet up. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Sarah, is it a good idea for you to, hang on, what's going on with these questions? Is it a good idea for you to go on the trip next week? Sonia, you can book a reading if you want me to look into that. Okay, let's see. Maria, will Melchor message you today? No. This might sound silly, but could he have some kind of, well, let me be careful on the terms I use. Could he have some kind of dilemma with communication? Sometimes there's a language barrier. Sometimes a person can have dyslexia. Sometimes a person is worried they might spell something wrong, even though they're spell check. There is something like that. So there's something kind of like stopping him from that, you know. To find out what it is, we could do a reading on it. But to answer your question, no. No, he's not going to be contacting you. Yeah, so the answer is no. And I am telling you that there is a restriction on him speaking freely. So I don't know what that is what I'm saying. All right, so no, he won't be doing more than what he's done. So he's going to stick with that pattern. Julia, does Sarah want to start dating you? Let me see something. Yeah, so you're asking if Sarah wants to date you, or I'm sorry, what was the name? Sarah. Okay, yeah, you're asking if Sarah wants to date you. But the thing is, I'm getting a vision to tell you instead of a yes or no. Sometimes that happens. I'm seeing a person pushing or dealing with something that looks like a ball. This can be a balloon. This can be something decorative. This can be, it reminds me of those rubber balloons that people put like decorations inside of it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something sculpted. It's a strange thing to tell you. I understand that. Sometimes I tell people just, write it down, notate it, whatever, if you don't know what it is. But it's in reference to this person. It's in reference to the energy of you, most and foremost. And that's important to understand. And that's the answer. So I guess based on this, the answer would be no, because I see the person occupied. The fact that there's, this is something. So this is when a person's preparing for something. Okay. If you are aware that, this person can be distracted because of an event, so that's what I have to tell you. So I would say look to what their whereabouts are, like what their current happenings are. And if you see that they're very preoccupied in something, maybe it's the timing. But I would say no on the dating, because one of the first things I look for is like a romantic thought or a romantic inspiration or something like that. I'm not seeing that right now, so that's why it's a no, but it can be a no because of timing. Okay, so don't take it in a bad way. All right, Kayla, does Roland miss you and want to reconcile with you? Remember, guys, I have a lot of different types of tarot readings. The one I recommend the most is the $25 one. So tarot 25, and you can book. Hey, Melks, how are you? I started asking a question. Let's see. So does Roland miss you and want to reconcile with you? So this is for Kayla about Roland. Yes. Now I do. Yes. So the answer is yes, very clearly. But I also see that there's been someone meddling, or maybe that was in the past, with the connection. And I think you need to address that so that you don't repeat a pattern. Okay, let's see. Okay. Sorry, I had to block a nuisance. Okay, let's see. Charmaine is asking, is Mustafa coming back to you? Okay, so if you're familiar with how I do things, sometimes I have a yes or no. Sometimes I'll have a yes or no with a little bit of an explanation. And sometimes I'm going to describe something more before the answer, okay? I see a person, this looks like a classroom maybe, or a place where some kind of visuals or some kind of display for instruction is put on there. I say that because sometimes if it's a conference room, it's not a classroom, but you would have a dry erase board, you would have posters, you would have someone putting things up for instruction. So whatever, I'm not caught up in that. But what I am saying is I do see someone younger, maybe so someone who's like, youth, like the youth years of school, putting something up, and then an adult kind of like administering what they're doing. So this could be, some event. Maybe it's something that pulls into. It doesn't seem like it's a past memory. It seems like it's something that's ongoing. I don't mean at this particular time. I'm saying relevant to this phase of time. So a couple weeks ago, last week, yesterday, something like that. This is the answer that you're getting for this person that you're asking. So based on that, because I'm seeing whatever it is that they're doing, I'm not seeing the love connection is on the forefront. So the answer would be no. All right. All right. Alessia, is Raheem going to reach out to you? Yes, and you're not the only one. Unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Chantel is asking if you're the only one who has Ernest's heart. I don't know that you have Ernest's heart, so I'm not going to assume that. I would have to look into that, but we'll ask if you are the only one he's interested in. Okay, I don't know if he's in love deeply is what I'm saying to you. I don't know what his intentions are. That's your perception, okay? So hopefully it's true, but I will check if you're the only one he's interested in. So we're looking for Ernest. I do see someone in his past. I also heard the name Diana or Diane. That is separate from what you're asking, by the way. It's related, but it's not connected. Okay. And I do see a wedge of space between communication, meaning that whatever's going on with him needs to be, close inspected, because that's not, another woman is not the reason for the hot and cold or the not completely there, so whatever the wedge, is being caused, whatever's causing that, it wouldn't be another woman. Okay. All right. Let's see. Wait a minute, did I see Milks say something? Oh, it's very, very, almost like washed out. That's weird. Hey, Milks, no, you do have you have a check-in that's included, but yes, I'll start that right after the yes and no. Okay. Okay, let's see. So you're the first one on the list for that. If you guys book, I do have a couple spots. So there's a Tarot 25. Okay, thanks. Okay, Trinity, how does Alex feel about your romantically? So you're asking how you need to book a reading. My readings are 25 for the tarot. Okay, let's see. So Rick is asking, do I see a relationship with Kimberly? So these are yes and no. So I give you a little mini reading with your yes and no. For me to do I'm a love specialist. So whether it's astrology, tarot, whatever, you need to book a reading, and that's what I do. That's what I focus on. Okay, or love readings. I do career exploration as well and other things, but it's mainly love, what I divine for. So if you want that, you have to book a reading. What I am offering is a free yes and no to a simple question. Okay, let's see. Michelle, will Lewis break the no contact? Okay, let's see. So Michelle's asking about Lewis. For now, no. And there is a male that has their hand in kind of influencing this person. All right, so maybe this is a confidant of theirs or something like that. So no, and when there's someone's involved giving a person like advice, do this, do this, do this, it makes it harder. So I would say not at this time. Hopefully that changes soon for you. Sarita, is Aliang faithful to you? It looks so you have to realize something when people do so these are free yes and no, okay, and a lot of people that don't have a lot of intelligence, or they don't understand the way psychic stuff works, or magical practice, they don't know any better, so they just go in from room to room asking a love question, and then what happens is they have a bunch of magic going on with other people, and then they base a free yes and no on their result. You got to realize, if a person has a lot of magic going on with this person and that person and this person, you're manipulating a situation, which is fine if you're doing a reading with me, a paid reading. That's fine. I'm a magical practitioner, so I can understand everything that's going on, but I'm going to tell you that you don't get a fresh, clean reading on a manipulated situation. I'm not saying that's your case, but I am seeing that there's something not exactly clear on what's going on. Now, I am going to tell you this. This person does like very much it reminds me a lot of like male Taurus behavior, stereotypical, because this person kind of like gets their kicks by, being tended to, like, kind of like having like that emotional power. Oh, I'm going to make you kiss my feet, so to speak. So I do see that there's like a little bit of an arrogance there, a little bit of mind games, a little bit of, oh, let's keep her jealous. So this is a thrill, all right? You have to understand that. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that the reason is not because of another female. I'm seeing that it's because this person is purposely tampering with things, all right? But again, I do see something complicated, so be that as it may. All right, take it or leave it. Okay, Yolanda, will you be in a relationship soon? Okay, easy enough, Yolanda. Not at this time. There is a heaviness with the past. And that's going in a totally different direction. I understand that. So we're not going to go heavy on that, but I know that you desire a fresh new path and you deserve it. But I think there's something karmic you have to go through first to be ready for that. You may miss maybe the right connection because your headspace is different, or maybe there's a prejudgment that you might display on this new potential suitor. I don't know why destiny is the way it is, right? I would say no for now, and there's a heaviness about you. So I would say maybe, purge that, learn to, really prepare in a fresh new way. And I think that it's really when you're not looking that when you find, when you least expect it, the good connections anyway. For the most part, not exactly, but for the most part. So at this time, no, but don't let that get you down. Embrace this time as going within and be positive. All right, let's see. Tessa, will Beckett reach out to you soon, Tessa? Well, there's argument and vindictiveness here. I'm not sure if that's exactly with Beckett, or maybe that's a situation surrounding him or them. I would say what I'm seeing more is stressful, is more argumentative. All right. So either they're involved in something with their own life, or maybe it's something with you. So based on that, I would say no. Actually, I would say if they do, it's stressful, but I would say no. No to the way you're asking it. Are they coming in happy, romantic, wanting something? No, I'm seeing it's stressful. Okay. So if they do, just don't feed that direction, appease it, All right. Let's see. Judy, will your boyfriend be able to save your relation? Oh, you and your boyfriend be able to save your relationship? I was going to say, will your boyfriend? I was like, what? It's a two-way street. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Judy. All right. So I see it's like when a couple is distracted by the stress they're having together because of something of a pressing matter. So for example, let's say that someone, God forbid, in the family goes through a difficult time, right? It seems like both of you will be like, yes, there's that pending tension, but there's a distraction. Sometimes that can ease the situation. I guess that's a way to look at how a negative situation can, result in something positive, even though it's unfortunate. I do see something like that. I also see that what haunts the relationship, what pesters it, what bothers it, is not resolved. So this means I would have to say no, not for lack of not wanting to, or for lack of trying, but I think it's because things have to be addressed at the root, or they just fester again. All right, kind of like mold. You gotta like bleach it. So that's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, let's see. Emily, will Roman ever try making a move on you? Okay, I'm not going to answer ever, especially since this is a free yes and no question. But I will ask if this is something currently in his desire. All right. So let me go back into the question. All right, Roman. Not at this time, and I do see that he's going to be changing his focus. That means you may get your feelings hurt by, in the near future, him not being as available with attention or communication, and you might take it personal it's not to be taken personal. It shows that he's going to be distant because of a specific reason. So I hope that helps. All right, let's see. All right, guys, thank you so much for participating. I usually do a little while of free yes and no, but I do have readings to do. So I'm going to get started. If you do book a reading, they're 25. And I have a couple of people on the list. Melks, you're on there. Cassie, you're on there as well if you want it. And hey, Beatrice, I sent it to you. I sent you the package. All right, so if you want to meet me on the YT, you can't say the name, go ahead and meet me on there. Oh, hey, Kobe, how are you? I'm just leaving, actually. I'm going to be on YT to fulfill the readings because the censorship on this one is not okay, but this one is the one that gets the yes, no. So meet me on there. I'll fulfill these. Anybody that orders from here to the time I'm doing that, I'll get the order right away and I'll fulfill it on YT, okay? Because of the censorship on this one. All right, guys, I'll be back on this one later to do more free yes and no and take more reading orders. All right, guys? All right. Bye. Be back. Hey guys, how are you? So I'm waiting now on, I'm going to be waiting on, let's see, Melks and Cassie, right? Is that your online name? I forgot. And anyone who ordered as well. Hey, okay. So we're going to do a check-in on the, oh boy, I put this so far. Sorry. We're going to do a check-in. What was this check-in on, Melks? Do you remember? It was on just the energy of both of you. Yeah. Hey, Beatrice. I don't know how long it'll take. I think she said like 14 days, but you should get a little package from me. Okay, let's finally, right? After so long. All right, let's see. Okay, no, what I'm saying is, were we checking on something specific with you? That was it, right? Or was there something in particular we were looking for? Because I forget. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Give me 1 second here. Let me set this up. This is annoying. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, there we go. Oh, have a good day at school. Bye, sweetheart. Okay, here we go. So this is for hell yeah. He's very good. Very good. He's very close to asking you. Now, yes, he's very close to asking you. What worries me is, let me explain to you what's worrying me. You can very easily fall back on your pattern. Okay? You can very easily fall back on your pattern. This, like I said, was it this morning that the goddess gave double luck? Or was it, I mean, I don't talk about magic on the stream, but was it this morning that I told? No, it was yesterday. Okay. So everything is awesome. All right. Awesome. Like amazing. He's very close to asking. However, it worries me that, you know, because I'm not monitoring every little thing you're doing, because it's impossible, because like, you know, we try, you know that, but I need you to be very, it looks like he might, I know you want a for sure answer, but you know, use your common sense on this. He's very close, closer than ever. Yeah, closer than ever. What I'm saying to you is it looks really good. There's a possibility, but that's not the way magic works. It's gonna, you know, it's not a machine where you put in two numbers and you get a result in a calculator. Yes. The thing is, I need you to be very aware of something. Very aware of something. You are not only highly intelligent, but you're also intuitive. And you've also gotten to know my style. I need you to put all those three into one. And I need you to really let that lead you. And ask yourself when you're writing and you're communicating with him, ask yourself, does this feel right the way I'm supposed to be doing this? Am I doing something that I know in my gut feeling is going against, you know, do you follow what I'm saying to you? So it's in your hands. Also, you have to work with me. You know that you know the difference between working the magical project and sticking to what you're supposed to do, and you know the difference between letting your own style, your own way that you deviate from it, your fears and all of that go in a different direction. You know that you have to keep your eyes on the goal. So whatever you're doing, it's amazing, but you have a tendency to really stress the connection and fall back on your pattern, which is your nature, right? So in my religion, there's a parable that says destiny is character and character is destiny. We are the result of our choices. We shape our destiny, but at the same time, there's things in destiny we really can't shape, and it shapes us. So, but at the same time, that parable specifically is saying that the result of what our life gives us is the result of our headspace, of how we go in there and make choices. So understand the difference between what you know you should be doing versus what you know you shouldn't. And if you're confused, you know to text me. You know to reach out to me, because this is critical timing. At the same time, you can't obsess yourself in any situation with wanting something immediately, and that's called allowing yourself to have an obsession. You can't do that. That's not healthy for anything. If you want to graduate, you don't enter the university and 3 semesters in, I want to graduate now, I want to graduate, I want to graduate, I want it. You can't do that, because you'll explode. When you're losing weight, when you're gaining weight, you can't just jump on the scale in 24 hours and say, I want the result, I want the result. It doesn't work that way. You have to relax and understand that it is, a process. You're doing amazing no matter what, wonderful. And this continues to be amazing. But the story is complicated. You know that you're about to have, the stressor mark. You know that there with that person. You know that there's, that there's certain peaks that are going to be happening, certain milestones with Michael. And then you know that there's also going to be, you know, another part of this story in your journey where your love life is about to change. It may have two potentials. You might have a choice between Michael and a new man. You may have Michael for a little while and then someone pops into your life with everything you've ever wanted. You know that even the idiot could also propose. You know this, right? So everything is controlled by me. Everything is controlled, but not in every step, because I don't make puppets out of people. I don't do that. In other words, what I'm saying is magic is very strong, and I know what I'm doing, but you got to realize that it part of it is what you put into it. Part of it is, you know, this is going to turn out to be the best result for you, but it is an interesting journey. It is not something that you're going to put into a calculator and say, okay, on Thursday, he's going to say yes. This is a reverse of the problems you have. You didn't come to me for a guy to call you. That's not the goal. You came to me to fix a problem that you were having with your love destiny. So there are going to be pieces and sections of this story. Yes, there's a proximity of time this is happening in, but it's deeper than that. So it's a journey. There's going to be a lot that unfolds. You may find that once you are his girlfriend, you might not want it as well, as strange as that may seem. That's okay. It's all we're going to see the pieces of this come together very closely, and it's looking really good. But what you can't do is allow anything to hurt your mental wellness. You cannot allow things to let you not sleep, let you not get right nutrition. You know, I know that you're working out, but you can't, you know, you can still strain yourself very badly. Your nerves and everything like that. If you see that you're getting a lot of hangnails or brittle nails or dry lips or dry hair, you gotta be on top of you, drinking enough water, drinking enough, you know, your minerals, and get deep sleep. You cannot, you know, let this wear you down. You can't do that, you know? All right, I like this very much. It looks like he has erased something that he would do. Remember the concern that we had about a certain behavior? It looks like he has really made a change in something he did, which I think is very important here. That shows his effort. Is there anything else you currently need to know about Michael? You don't need to know anything about Michael right now. Nothing. If there was something pressing that you had to know, you would have known it this morning when the sun came up. I would have been on the phone. Hello, we need to speak. There's nothing pressing. Yes, he's gonna have his life. I think that I talk to you and I'm talking to a wall, because I think you're listening to me with your elbows, but that's okay. You're nervous. It's okay. All I'm trying to tell you is I know you listen, but do you really listen? Because you're worried. That's what's happening. It seems to me like you're stressed out and worried about something, and that's okay. That's okay. Let's just find out what's going on. It's an energy check. All right, and we'll see what the reading says. There's nothing. So if you weren't doing this checkout, this check-in, what? Okay. Hey, Cassie, yes, no problem. Yeah, you're doing really, Whoa. Who was that for? Cassie got a signal. Hang on a minute. Hang on, Milks. Sorry. Get on. Cassie, you there? That never happens. 1 second. Cassie, are you there? I was about to start the reading for Melody. But there's a Okay, I gotta alert her real quick. Hang on a minute, guys. Sorry. Okay, I alerted her. That's all I could do. Okay, let's go on now. Let's go on to the, all right, I texted her, so it'll be okay. So let me switch back to the energy. Hang on. This is about Milks here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Cassie, I was about to start the reading for Milks and Spirit alerted. There's a warning on trickery. Don't talk to anybody. Are you going into work right now? Don't say anything. There's something that can start some issues. You're not going in today, or you are? Or are you there now? You will be fine if you don't say many words. Okay, somebody's gonna comment something to you that can start a shitstorm. I don't know what, it's just something that came in super fast. Just be mindful of what you say to who, even if you think someone's your friend. Don't say anything. Even the coworker that seemed like on your side, that was trying to be really sweet and tell you, don't say anything. No, this is coming up. This is new. This is about to happen. This is something sudden. Okay? All I'm saying is from this point on, like, look at your watch and whatever minute it is right now, okay, today's date, be aware, don't talk to anybody about anything. And the lady that came up to you to say whatever, if she tries to talk to you later, just be like, oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm reading an article, or I'm listening to a podcast, or whatever. Don't, like, whatever. Just don't feed it, okay? Until we look into what the hell's going on. Okay? It's to avoid a problem. Is that like a formal complaint? Is that like a formal complaint that she's putting in? That could be the warning. I haven't looked into it, and I don't know what's going on. All I know is that there was something very pressing that you had to know about, something very critical. Okay. Okay. We have to find out, because that does plug into your situation. You may not see it, but it plugs into it. All right. This morning, I checked in with the goddess and everything is awesome. Everything is good. But that's on that front. With the work stuff, we know that there's something. Okay, well, we'll talk later. Just don't say anything to anybody. Okay? All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, finally, Melks. Here we go. Let me get back into Michael mode. Give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you did something you weren't supposed to do, but everything is still okay. Remember I said drop the topic, don't drop the topic, don't talk about the topic. You talked about the topic because I'm seeing it. Okay. All right, we'll let it be. Okay. Yes. I don't know if the way I'm saying it, it's registering, or maybe you're misunderstanding because you're thinking about it in a conversation about, we'll let it be because I don't want to get too detailed on the stream. If you don't understand, we'll talk about it, personally. But there's a subject that was brought up, the way that you, there's some kind of behavioral change that he's noticing, and it's related to the topic, and it's, okay, it's going to be hard for me to explain. It's going to sound like a riddle. All right. Okay. I'm seeing that this is more a problem in you, inside of you, than a problem with each other. So I check on the situation, the progress, the relationship potential, you and him as far as, together. That's what I check on. As far as, in other words, with the magic and all of that. But when there's small little things, which is what I'm doing here, I'm checking in on the smaller things here, like, not necessarily smaller, but it's more like, okay, his reflection on what you said, or maybe what his feelings are, like the details, right? In the details of like, I guess the way it's felt with, like through conversation and things. Hang on, I don't want to start coughing. There's a dry throat. Okay, so let's see. Guess what? Melody, guess what? He's going to ask you. I see it. Awesome. All right. Let me tie this up a little bit, and then I'll give you the read. Okay. Give me a second here. It's your job to be aware of when you're following the rules, when you're not. You have enough instinct to say, would Lucy be upset at this? Should I check with her? This doesn't seem right. I'm worried. Should I mention this? All right. All right. Shit, that scared the crap out of me. Oh man, that knocked me out of alpha. Hang on a minute. So yeah, there's a grandfather here that is making his presence. I believe it's your father's father. No, not what would Lucy do. No, absolutely not. That's insulting. Not what would Lucy do. What would Lucy tell you to do? Because everybody has their own life and their own story and their own path. It's what would Lucy tell the person? Because I may tell person A a certain topic, of certain person B has different instructions. I know you didn't mean anything by that, but no, not at all. No, it's what I would tell the person. Yeah, because everybody has their own unique story. Okay, let's see. And the other way would indicate that it's one method for every person, and it's not like that. Everybody has a unique, almost like a thumbprint. Okay, so let's see. Your father's father, I believe, are they passed? Because there's a paternal grandfather. I believe it's your father's father there's a grandfather that has passed, and their spirit is making their way into this reading. It's not turning into a mediumship, but it's making their way into the reading. Okay, he's the one that, 1 second. Okay, so it's very hard for me to make it out, but because it's not my native language, but I'm seeing that he had a nickname for you based on your name. So is there a particular name that he had for you? Maybe like, maybe it starts with an M because your name starts with an M. I don't know. That's your American name. Okay, but it has... Okay, so it's shortened. It's like a name, but shortened. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying that there was a nickname for you, but it's not the full name. It's almost like one of those, like when a name is shortened or something. Okay. So that's what it is, and he's coming to help you in your life.